Good morning and welcome to another session. I hope you're doing well. Without wasting much time, let's start. As usual, let's start with the dollar. Okay, so nothing much has happened since yesterday and today so far. We can see the dollar still respecting that 4-hour level. That's the shaded area there. That 4-hour level is still respecting price, and we can see where I did highlight for price to kind of draw to if this down candle doesn't give up. Alright, so so far it's still the upside objective on the dollar until we do give up on this down candle. If this down candle gives up, then we'll be looking for a continuation to the downside on the dollar. With that said, on euro, I did give this yesterday. If you want to go short, this is where your stop loss should be, and you should target this equal low and this last down candle, and it's still the same. It hasn't changed. Right, it's still the same. It hasn't changed, so we're still looking for downside objectives on this. Pound, same thing. Yesterday I did mention about this last down candle in here being an area that could hold price, and we are still within that down candle anyway. We did get bounce. I did quite get into this bounce. I think I got in late in here, and then price came back down. I was looking for price to support for today and look for a run at least to this area or even above this swing high, and price didn't do that, and we've seen a run below. So it's still not clear right now what this pair wants to do. I'm looking at euro pound and I don't see anything happening on there at the moment. If I do see a break in structure, they have run previous days high, so if I do see a break in structure, which is the down candle now being this one, right, if I do see them come all the way down, break down, then I might consider a short on this one and then see how price is playing out on here. If I do see something interesting that could send price higher, then I'll consider a long. If not, then I'll stay on the sideline on this and probably short euro. Okay, that's what I would do. I'll stay on the sidelines for pound and then sell euro rather, because euro chart looks different than pound chart. The euro chart has got these equal lows in here, and pound has got a lot of things that it has to go through for them to go down here. So I'd rather sell the euro rather than the pound. New Zealand dollar, yesterday I did say if you want to go short, place your stop above here and then look for a continuation to the downside. It's still the same, nothing has changed. We didn't move much on this pair since we had this rally on Friday. Okay, we haven't moved much since Friday. Yesterday was just a slow grind to the downside, and this is normal price action where we have this slow grind move to the downside. This just cleans up everything and then we start fresh. So I still fancy price coming down here. So that's your trade idea if you so wish to take it. On the 4-hour, it looks like that. It did come back up to this last down candle's low. Okay, so that's meaningful because that down candle was rated up here and we traded down. So I still look for a continuation to the downside on this. Next one is Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, I did mention I liked this. I think it was on there. I think I did like this level in here. Yeah, in there. It's still there. Nothing has changed much. So if price does get down here, I might be interested in a long. At the moment, price is sideways since yesterday. We've not done much, and I think it's doing that because they are moving around the Aussie New Zealand, which I'll jump on in a second. They are moving around the Aussie New Zealand. That's why we see price sideways, because they have to hold this and New Zealand sideways and then send the Aussie New Zealand whether up or down. So that's what I think is going on that pair. So if we do drop down here, I'll fancy a long. I don't see anything apart from that. There's nothing for me to either sell short or buy long. The only thing I see is this one and down here. Dollar yen, I've brought in a few pairs, so because we'll be doing mostly the 4-hour time frame, looking at the weekly, daily, and the 4-hour going forward. So I've brought in a few pairs to make it more beneficial for everyone and to enjoy price action on different pairs. So I think this high is suspect. If they do run above that high, I'm interested in that last up candle there for a sell. At the moment we are sideways, so there's nothing to do on this. If you're short, then like I did mention yesterday, make sure your stop goes above even if that high, or just leave it up there and then look to enter a short again there. New Zealand Swiss, yesterday I was looking at this pair and they've managed to not yet, but if today manages to close above, this swing high, then we'll be bullish, looking for longs. Maybe a retracement will be required for the long to happen, so we have to wait and see how today is going to close on this one. If you do close below above, then we'll be looking for a retracement. I do like this last down candle here. I like this last down candle. That will bring us below the 75% level, so that is as good level for a short. For a long. At the same time, if you go on the daily, we do have the last down candle there as well, so that will be an interesting place for me to consider a long if we do retrace back down there. If not, then I have to be patient for price to give me reasons to go long. Right now what I see is since the 4-hour is bullish, we can continue buying every down candle, so this could be a potential long for continuation to the upside. Yeah, could be a potential long for continuation to the upside, at least to come and take out this high. to take out this high and maybe reach for that level as well. So that is this one, the dollar Swiss. I do see upside, continuation to the upside. If we do break this down candle, then that will be a flip, so we'll be selling these last two up candles. Okay, dollar CAD, we're still holding this, and I still think this high will be the target. So if you did manage to catch a long, that high should be your target. Okay. Euro pound, like I did mention, I want to see us break down this low. So I'm still watching it. I see some selling probably today or tomorrow. I see some selling I see some sellers coming in either today or tomorrow. So let's wait and be patient for at least this down candle to give way. Okay, on the 1 hour time frame, this down candle to give way. Once we break that, I think I've already highlighted the areas that could act as selling points. So if we break down, be selling here, selling there, and then selling there as well. So be patient and wait for price to break down. Also in New Zealand, I think we've managed to climb above our first target. So the first target was here, and we've got that. We almost got to target 2, and price is retracing. So just keep hold on to this one. I think there is still potential to the upside. So if you're long, just keep hold on to that. Aussie yen, I still fancy a long down here. That looks very interesting area. So if we do get a retracement back down there, I think I will be interested in a long. Euro yen is still not doing anything, and I suspect they want to come down here. Once they get here and reject, then I'll be looking for a long, because price will then be looking to seek higher prices, because the daily is still bullish. You can see the daily, we've not broken down yet, so we're still bullish. So if they do run this low and reject, then I will fancy myself a long. Okay, so let's be patient and let price give us something for this week. I think this week has been very slow because of yesterday's I think it was holiday for the US, so that's why price is just being so slow. We might get some action this afternoon or tomorrow morning, so a bit of patience is required for price to kind of give us what it wants to give. New Zealand yen, I still look forward for price to come down here. So if you are short, then keep it. I personally shorted the New Zealand CAD. That's the one I took my short on. But this also looks interesting to come down to this level and here before the continuation to the upside. So if let's have a look on the 4. There's nothing really clear on the 4 at the moment apart from this down candle providing support. Yeah, so that's the down candle that should provide support. So we did come to the wick and we rejected. So I want to see a continuation to the downside with a protection above that candle's high. Okay, so your protective stop should be above that candle's high, and then look for continuation to the downside for now. If we do climb above it, then we'll be looking for price to come up here. I like the way they've left equal high in here. It means that they will be coming back for those stops. Pound yen has got to the level that it mentioned. So there's 3 areas that I like to see reaction from. As usual, the high, the low, and the middle. Alright, so we did get a bounce off from the high, and we've gone through that. So let's see what the middle will offer us, if we will break market structure. If we do, then we will consider a long. If we don't, then we will have to stay on the sidelines and then wait for more information for price to give us what he wants to do, because maybe they might want to come below this low. Okay, so until it does that, then we will not be doing anything. If you do have a trade idea that is offering you to sell it, then by all means do so. Okay, do not let me talk you out of your personal idea on this pair. CAD yen, we are still waiting. This pair is taking so long to do what I've been looking forward for some time now. Since last week, I've been looking for price to push higher. I think it's doing so because of the CAD futures. Okay, the CAD futures has retraced, but it's failing to break market structure. So that's why price is doing what it's doing. But I think as soon as we do break the swing high on the 4 hour on the CAD futures, we should see explosion on the upside. So again, it's patient. Alright, pound Aussie didn't respect this level. We've broken down. So I think with the strength in Aussie New Zealand, this thing might drop into that daily area that I've marked out. Yeah, at the moment there's nothing here that will sustain price, so my eyes is now focused here, which means if you do see a shorting opportunity, you can target in this area. So if you do see any selling opportunity, by all means consider it, and your target is between these 2 price points. Yeah, so ideally you want to target this and then leave a piece on to see what price will do. If you do get a short idea, by all means do so. I don't see anything in here that will stop price or support price. Right, these 2 price points is what I'm watching now that we've gone through this level. Okay, pound New Zealand, that also has run the down candle. We've broken down, so I want to see how price will trade and react at the high of this gap here. So I want to see how price will react. I'm cautious on this one simply because of what I explained. During this period, I expect some buying to come into this market, so I don't want to be caught on the wrong side. So if you do see anything that will let you go short, again, by all means do so, but I'm just cautious and I'll be patiently waiting for price to give me reasons why it wants to go up before I join it, because I am driving with the daily/weekly to the upside. All right, New Zealand CAD, again, like I did mention, this is the one that I personally sold short, so I'm selling this as up candle or the down candle here for a continuation to the downside to at least 50%. So let's see if I'll get that. My stop is where this thing is, and then I'll look for a continuation to the downside. So let's see what price will do today. New Zealand CAD, I did mention that I fancy myself a long, but price didn't quite give me a break, and then we've just seen price eroded to the upside. So that's one of the things that will happen, where price will not give you what you're looking for, and then price will move your way. So now that we've got this move to the upside, we've made a higher low. So if we do retrace this down candle, this one here with that little gap, this one with that little gap, if price does get back there, then I will be looking for a long for a continuation, because we've made a higher low. Okay, yes, oil is dropping. So CAD yen is not dropping, it's just sideways, and I think it's accumulating longs. It's gathering buyers to send it higher. That's what I think is going on CAD yen. So New Zealand Aussie CAD, I'll be looking for a long if we do retrace down there. Aussie, Euro Aussie, that's interesting. We've come to close in that, and we are rejecting. Interesting. Let's see if they will be able to climb above this high. If they do climb above it, that will look very interesting and bullish. All right. If they do trade above this high, that'll be interesting, and not very bullish, but it'll be looking bullish. So we might consider long. Price has retraced on the daily to inside this last down candle, the 4-hour level there, and that 4-hour level. Okay, that's where price has got back to, or to better name it, it has rebalanced all this down up candle to the downside. So price is now allowed to push higher. So let's see if price will give a push to the upside and break on the 1 hour. So if we do break on the 1 hour, then you can consider yourself a long on this pair. If not, then wait and be patient. Euro New Zealand, it's still the same, nothing has changed. Price is stuck since Friday inside this down candle, and I think they are protecting this down candle. That's why price is not moving anywhere. So you can consider yourself a long if you've not done so as a swing trade, or wait for price to retrace a little bit and look for your push to continue higher for your day trades or short-term trades. All right, and then finally Bitcoin. I've added Bitcoin to the pairs, so I don't have to go and search it. We do get, I did mention yesterday, if you want, just sell short here and look for a continuation to the downside, and that's what we're getting. So this morning I did fancy myself a short on my demo account, so I did catch a short in here on this candle here. And then gold again, I said I'm looking for price to come down here, so again I took a short on gold on my demo account this morning. because I still see gold dropping. All right, and that should bring me to the end. Let's have a look what's going on. There we got a bigger retracement. That brings me to the end of the pairs that I usually go through. If you do have any pair that you want me to look at for you, just send it to me and then I'll have a look for you. The reason why I've been quick today is because so many reasons. One, my little boy has started nursery, so I had to drop him, so I've been up quite a bit early. And then two, I just wanted to cover them as quick as I can, and I can talk about other things in regards to the lessons that we've been doing. Right, so if you do have any pair recommendations, send it to me. If not, then I'll just jump into today's lesson. So I gave 1 minute. Okay, so I guess there's no pair recommendation. So let's jump into today's lesson and call it a day. I think I've done pretty well today because I think mostly nothing is happening at the moment. That's why. So it's not that. It's just not much is going on. Okay, so today's lesson is going to be I think trading psychology could do. So I'm gonna spend the next maybe 10 minutes. I'm not gonna talk much, just 10 minutes about trading psychology. Okay, so one of the things that is going to plague you, or one of the things that is going to the word I'm looking for, impede your growth as a trader, is by not paying attention to yourself and understanding yourself in relation to the market. So as a trader, as a forex trader, you want to really understand yourself and understand how you relate to the market. I've been in the market for a little bit, close to almost 6 years now. 5 years, and I can tell you that one of the biggest thing that you ever do is to spend time to understand the market in terms of how you relate to the market. So are you the sort of person that you can be in front of the screen most of the time? Are you the sort of person that don't have much time to spend on the chart? Or are you the type of person that, you are the action person, so you want to take action all the time? So all these are characters or behaviors that are personal, but because you're trading such a vast market, you have to kind of align your behavior or your lifestyle with the market, so that when certain things are happening and you are not part of it, you will not kind of be worried or concern yourself about it so much. And the reason being, right, if you do have lots of time on your hands, there's no point sitting in front of the chart and being on the 4-hour chart daily, weekly, and looking for trades. Because if you do sit on your hands, if you do sit in front of the screen for that long and you trade on the 4-hour or you trade on the higher time frame, they are going to take forever to set up. The trade ideas is going to take forever. So if you are the sort of person that you're asking, man, a little movement could cause you or could trigger you to take a trade. It's not because your trade is not ready, but it's because you happen to have too much time on your hands and you are sitting in front of the screen, so your hands will be itching to do something. So it's very, very important to kind of identify your personal character, your personal lifestyle, and then try to fit the lifestyle around your trading. So if, for example, you are average person that have like half of the day on your hands, then you could drop down to lower time frames and then look for trades and look for patterns that you trade and trade them. If not, then you will struggle, because having lots of time on your hands will lead you to be looking on the chart, and then I think sometimes even a trade that is going your way, it will just do a little pullback, and then because you are sitting in front of the screen, you will get scared and then probably close your trade. So that's why it's important to kind of develop yourself and understand yourself, how you can relate to the market, so that when certain things are happening and you are not part of it, it will not be a hindrance. It will not like get stuck in your brain like, oh, why am I not in this trade? Why is this going against me? Or why this is happening? Because what you end up realizing is maybe you're in a swing trade, price is just retracing, and then you get emotional about it, you close it, and then price will move your way. Or you could be a day trader or a swing trade, a scalper, and then you probably see the 4-hour time frame moving slow, and then you join in, and then price never moves, and then you get kind of angry because price is not moving. Again, that is because you are not being yourself by trading the lower time frame. You have to drop off and trade the higher time frame. You have to drop down and trade the lower time frame, because your personality suits you to be trading on the lower time frame. Okay, so I hope you kind of get where I'm going with this. You need to understand who you are, how you your personal lifestyle, your personal circumstances, and then relate it to the market. That will give you a lot of peace of mind. It will give you a lot of clarity when you get up and you sit in front of the screen. Because if you know you're a swing trader, you sit on the screen, you do what swing traders do, and then you move away. If you're a day trader, you sit in front of the screen, you do what day traders do, and then you move away. Okay, very, very, very important, very crucial. I think these are one of the decisions that has to be made at the beginning of everyone's journey. Like when I was starting, I got the same choice of choosing what will fit my lifestyle. And at that time, I was still working, and I had just joined the forex market, so I was not going to be in the lower time frame taking every single trade. So I decided to stay on the higher time frame, and then kind of understand the market from there. And then as I developed my understanding, as I developed as a person, then I drop down to the at least 1 hour 15 minutes to see if I can relate to the time frame. If I see it myself that I cannot relate, then I just go back to the higher time frame. Right? So again, to summarize, make sure you have your personality matching up with what you look for on the chart. Make sure that if you are a day trader, you can be in front of the screen most of the time. If you are a swing trader, make sure that you're not sitting in front of the screen all the time looking for trades to go your way. Okay, so I think that will be the lesson for today. It's short and sweet. Don't want to go into much talking today. I just want to kind of make it short so that people can get what I'm trying to communicate without having to rip their hair off watching 2 hours video. Alright, so I'm gonna end here. I'll be back at 2 o'clock. Like I did mention in the group chat, I'll be back at 2 o'clock for another session, and see, maybe we'll get some movement at that time, or we will find something that is moving in our direction. All right, so until then, I'll leave you in peace. Take care, and then I'll see you at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.